Hola and hello from another episode of Nerdosphere Newsweek. I am your host, Corbin, and alongside me is my brother Clayton, as always.
Hey.
As per usual, the quick rundown of this show is throughout the week, various news breaking to the interwebs regarding movies, television, comics, and video games. We share that news via our Facebook and Twitter, and I set aside the top 5 stories of all of that to discuss here at this table, and that I think needs to be brought to your attention. And then Clayton reacts to it, kind of, sort of. We do a brief chit-chat, and we move on with our lives. So, without further ado, let's jump right in at number 1. You might remember, Clayton, from last week's Nerdosphere Newsweek, we had discussed how Carrie Fisher's brother said that Carrie Fisher would be in Episode 9. They'd be using some sort of remnant footage that maybe wasn't used in Episode 8. Mm-hmm. We're here to set the story straight with Kathleen Kennedy meeting with Good Morning America after the Star Wars celebration.
She said no.
Yeah, she briefly talked about how Carrie Fisher's death did make them start over on Episode 9, and this is what she had to say. We finished everything in Episode 8, and Carrie is absolutely phenomenal in the movie, and we're so happy that we were able to complete shooting in the summer. However, with Episode 9 still to be filmed, Kennedy explained that plans had to be changed following Fisher's death. By the time we were well underway with Episode 9 in our thoughts, we had not written the scripts yet. But we've regrouped, we've started over again in January. So sadly, Carrie will not be in 9. But we'll see a lot of her in 8, which is great. Did that rhyme? Yes. Was it intentional? Who knows? Is this odd? This back and forth? Also, is it a little bit too soon and too tasteless of a pun to say, my heart can't take this? Because Carrie Fisher had a heart attack.
Oh, you had to walk me through that one, so I don't think so. This is probably just Carrie Fisher's brother just talking out his butt, and then Kathleen Kennedy, who actually has say in things, says yes. I mean, no. Right.
So we knew it was no, then we heard it was yes, and now we're back to no. So I think it's safe to say...
It's no.
It's no, Kath. Whatever, I don't know how they're going to wrap it up, but Carrie Fisher will only be in 8, and that is great. Number 2.
Oh my gosh.
Josh Brolin is officially cast as Cable in the Deadpool sequel, and the deal states he will be the character for 4 total films. We know that Fox is trying to get an X-Force film series off the ground, and it's heavily rumored that film will star both Deadpool and Cable. So... I'm saying probably at least 1 for Deadpool, 2, maybe definitely 1 for X-Force, a couple X-Forces, probably a Deadpool 3, who knows, this, that, and the other. But yeah. Josh Brolin has officially acted for every rival superhero studio except for Sony, but that doesn't really count because they have one hero.
Maybe he'll play Venom. Next.
Number 3. This past week, the Thor trailer dropped along with the new Star Wars trailer.
It was trailer heaven this week.
It was amazing. I think the Thor trailer has set the new standard and is probably the best trailer ever made in forever. I'm excited for Taika Waititi's take on everything. I'm just down for all of it. It just looks awesome.
It does look good.
Star Wars. I personally felt a little underwhelmed. I was watching the live stream of the Star Wars Celebration, and as they were building up to the trailer release, Josh Gad, who was hosting the panel, had said, Rian Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy, the fans are all excited. Did you bring anything for them? They're like, yeah, we did. And the fans went crazy. And Rian Johnson said, look at the new poster for the movie. And the fans literally went, oh. So in that moment, I almost turned it off. Because I popped open the time left on the feed, and it was like almost gone. There was a hair left. And I was like, this is stupid. I almost turned it right off. And after them talking for a little bit, they're like, well, of course we brought a trailer. And they brought the trailer, and it was very much a teaser. I wanted an actual trailer. So I personally felt a little underwhelmed after that hype build up. I don't know how it was for anyone who just saw the trailer on its own.
I liked it. I don't need a full trailer. I'd rather have a teaser, and I felt satisfied and emotional, and I just want the movie to be here. So,
yeah, Luke is a little bit grumpy.
When Luke says, "The one thing I've learned is that the Jedi shouldn't be here," or whatever, I was just like, "Whoa."
Yeah, if there's no more Jedis, there's no more people to turn to the Sith. Maybe he's just trying to end the line. Our influence is just too dangerous.
Yeah, that's probably the thought process.
Also, a quick side note, even though this movie picks up literally right after The Force Awakens, apparently there's enough information to have 3 paragraphs for the opening crawl. Rian Johnson said there was enough unanswered questions that they were able to fill 3 paragraphs for the crawl, even though it picks up immediately, whereas other films take place probably years apart.
Well, yeah, A New Hope to Empire Strikes Back is, I think, a year, maybe half a year. But then Empire to Jedi, I think, is a year.
So I thought that was interesting. I was like, that's a lot of information. And I also didn't even think about that, realizing that, yeah, this takes place right after. Like, why would you even need an opening crawl after that? Like, we know where they left off.
You gotta have one, though. So.
But I know. But interesting. Number 4. Apparently, for those of you who are Fast and Furious fans, I am not. And
Sorry. You got some allergies going on. Sorry.
An after-credit stinger was supposed to be in Fate of the Furious, and it was supposed to set up a spin-off film starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Jason Statham, as the producers really thought that their chemistry would particularly pop.
You know what's funny? I would actually watch that movie, I think.
I think I would too. That sounds cool. I like Statham and I like Dwayne.
I know.
But apparently their chemistry particularly popped on screen, so when the producers were seeing the early screenings, they're like, we want the spin-off film. Well, apparently Vin Diesel and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson having some sort of real-life feud. I know not what it is. But the director, having talked to the producers and other producers in Universal, made an after-credit stinger with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Jason Statham without Vin Diesel knowing about it. But then Vin Diesel's sister, who is also an EP on the film, found out about it, told Vin Diesel, who got
all sorts of butthurt,
who got real mad about it and pulled it from the movie.
Got extremely pissed.
Yes.
And nixed it.
So when egos collide. So I don't know if that means...
I think what it is that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the action star that Vin Diesel wanted to be or thinks he is. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, he's also a down-to-earth nice guy, and Vin Diesel is just like an egotistical asshole.
Right.
And I think he's just a little bit jelly, and that's probably where it all comes from.
Because the Rock is attributed his whole persona of being a franchise savior comes from him being involved in the Fast and Furious. Like, he's very much attributed to the resurgence and longevity of that franchise. So
I would agree with that.
Whereas those movies are very much, I guess, Vin Diesel's babies because he has enough clout to pull an after-credit stinger. It's because of The Rock that they are as successful as they are. So yeah, I imagine that has a lot to do with animosity and jealousy and when egos collide.
Yeah, he's the what's our thing? Twerp of the week? What's it?
Dope of the week.
Yeah, Vin Diesel is our dope of the week.
Vin Diesel is our dope of the week.
Bryan Singer is our ongoing dope of the week. So it's really hard for someone to take that seat, and I believe that Vin Diesel has done it this week.
Because when we don't address dope of the week, Bryan Singer's just honorary dope of the week.
Yeah,
he's just always there unless we readdress someone else.
Yeah, unless we say otherwise, Bryan Singer is the dope of that week.
Right. So I thought that was interesting. Whether or not we will see a spinoff, I'm not quite sure. It's going to be a cash cow if they choose to do that. So I'm sure we'll see something in the future.
I think we will, because they said that
it was also supposed to be.
It was never supposed to be in theaters, anyways.
It's supposed to be a bonus on the DVD.
Supposed to be a bonus on the DVD. So
I'm sure we'll see it. We'll see it eventually.
And I imagine that they'll make that movie. So
and it'll be a cash cow.
And I'll go see it, and it'll be way better than all the Fast movies. I would guarantee it.
Yeah, and I'll be like, wait,
how many people did I just trigger?
How does Tokyo Drift fit in all this again?
How many people did I just trigger right now?
What did you say again?
I said it'll be way better than Fast and the Furious.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure you triggered a lot of people, but who? You people lost credibility when you said those films are amazing.
Correct me in the comments why Fast and the Furious is worth its existence.
I wonder if Daryl Leak still listens to our stuff, and if so, I want him to comment.
I think he listened to the podcast versions, so since I've not been exactly on top of that situation,
posting the audio versions of the.
Yeah, I'm a little behind.
A little bit. Since our resurgence, you have not posted a single audio version. It's only been YouTube.
That's a little extreme.
It's actually exactly the truth.
But it's a little extreme.
But it's not extreme. It's what you haven't posted any audio.
Look, the truth is extreme, okay? Just lay off.
All right, number 5. This falls under the category of rumor. But I think it should be addressed. It's very interesting, and no one else is really talking about it. So let's dive right into Steve Jobs' wife is the largest shareholder in the Walt Disney Company.
She just sold a bunch, though.
Huh?
She just sold a bunch.
No. Well,
she may not be anymore.
You might remember before AT&T acquired Time Warner, Apple was looking to acquire it. Mm-hmm. Now, apparently, Apple is setting its sights on Walt Disney. Now, Apple would have to come up with $200+ billion to acquire the Walt Disney Company.
That's just to start negotiations, I think. Like, they would have to prove that they had that kind of capital to even enter negotiations.
But as they are discussing how to do that, we are learning about what their foresight is. So apparently, Apple is looking to build an instant competitor to Netflix with all the Disney's TV and film libraries available on its iPhones, iPads, and MacBooks. In addition, Apple would like to integrate all of its tech products and software into Disney's various theme parks around the world, so they become little Apple parks.
Yeah.
So, it'd be very interesting. I don't know. I always get a little bit nervous when I see companies like that meddling in companies that deal with film, because I'm like, what we got going on with Lucas and Marvel is a really good thing. If you take in another company that's never even diddle-daddled in those areas, I feel like they might
It's hard to say.
Something.
It's hard to say what they would even do. Like, would they continue to let them do their thing? Would they come in and say, "I know a better way to do this," and like try to change everything?
Right.
So it's the not knowing exactly where they would be. And if Disney's smart, they won't do this. They're making so much money.
Right. Like, why would you say, "Yeah, you can buy us"? Who cares?
They're like a monopoly. For $200 billion, you can just buy me when I'm making billions of dollars every movie.
Year. You're right.
And Disney's like already one of the top 10, maybe even top 5 companies in the world. Why doesn't Disney just buy Apple?
I'm going to buy you.
Yeah. You want to spend $200 billion on me? Maybe I'll just spend $150 billion and buy you. So.
Plot twist.
Yeah. But anyways, that has been another Nerdosphere Newsweek. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us in the comments what your favorite news this week was.
Yeah.
Be sure to check us out on our other podcasts. This week, we're going to be talking about why Michael Bay is doing 14 more Transformers movies.
Well, he's not doing 14.
There's 14 planned.
There's 14 planned.
But anyways.
And it's not his last It's his last Transformer movie, but it's not his last one in the genre.
For everything in the Nerdosphere, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. All the links are in the description. And we'll see you next time.
No, you gotta do that again. I didn't say it in unison.
And we'll see you
next time.